Mrs. Lois Griffin, and it's like her with Photoshop boobs going, ooh.
Yeah, there was a whole big meme thing last year of he retweeted someone who was like cosplaying Lois Griffin, and he was just like, "Hello, ma'am," and then the cosplayer just kept posting pictures at him, and it just turned into this whole big thing.
He seems a little unstable.
He does.
He makes good music, but oh.
How long should we wait for Chris?
Give him his usual 15-20 minutes.
I don't have a watch.
You gotta remember, he's out in Colorado. It takes much longer for the internet to travel here.
That's true. He's got to connect some rocks to some string and chuck them in this direction.
Yep.
He has to break
the line.
The time barrier. He has to send his stuff to the future. Normal stuff.
Oh, that's right. Whatever happens to us happens to him an hour from now. That's
Time War bullshit.
It's 2 hours.
Oh shit, he's in mountain time.
Yeah.
He's extra future.
What? The Colorados have mountains?
No, they don't. That's nonsense.
Pretty flat out there, I think.
If you are on the right side of Colorado, it's flat. If you're on the left side of Colorado, it is mountainy.
Just like if you're in the northern part of Georgia, it's mountainy, and if you're in the southern part of Georgia, it's all coastal plain.
You mean swamp?
That's when you get all the way down to the bottom. It's close.
The humidity in South Georgia just makes me feel like swamp.
It hits coastal plain about Macon, and then it turns into swamp as soon as it hits Florida, because Florida.
Chris is running a few minutes late.
So I went to go grab mail last night, and it was dark out. Oh no, I was coming back from the Keyforge tournament, and there were like 3 cockroaches outside of the front door of my house. Apparently, cockroaches here just live in the neighborhood. It was fucking weird. And I don't know if that's
like they were loitering on your house.
Yeah, they were in front of my front door, like just kind of like because. So the way my apartment complex is, my door is here, and then kind of catty corner to that is like my neighbor's door. So like if you're looking at a cube, we're like kind of that, and so there's like a joined little like pathway that goes between like the main little sidewalk to our doors, and there was just like 3 of them hanging out there, and there's grass around. I'm like, my house isn't that dirty. I don't think my downstairs neighbor is that dirty, but there's just cockroaches. It was weird.
Well, maybe she is that dirty.
Oh no, it's extremely a problem. If I see him again, I'm going to bring it up with maintenance because I pay $10 a month for insect, whatever bullshit. Yeah, for infestation control.
What kind of roaches are they? Are they like wood roaches, like the big giant ones?
They're about like that big.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
So they're like the big fellas.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't get rid of those. They're everywhere around here.
Yeah, I mean,
hard.
So we didn't have a roach problem at Piedmont Hospital yet. Many times I would find them in the hallways, or like they just come in on your clothes. Think of those as more like a beetle and less like the traditional like German cockroach. I did a lot of research because literally one time we found one in the break room, and all the female nurses were like freaking out, like, "Oh my god, this place is so nasty! It's disgusting." And I was like, "All right, so first of all, it's a single wood roach. It's not a German cockroach." And they were like, "Well, a roach is a roach." I was like, "Well," so nobody wanted to hear that. So they came and they sprayed the whole place down. But it's like, for real, bugs just kind of happen. You can't. I mean, even if you spray, you can't get rid of them. They're not just gonna die because they sprayed.
And that's
They're part of nature.
As long as they don't happen outside of nature.
Yeah.
As long as they don't become colonized in your house and breed behind your cabinets and stuff, then you're fine. That's
That's
you
what I'm
don't
worried
want.
about. I need to look like, yeah.
Those big ones, they don't last very long inside. It is very like you have to have a bigger problem than just the roach in the house. You have to have like moisture traps somewhere that it shouldn't be for them to ever be able to colonize, because those big ones, even if they got in the house, they're like wood roaches. They have to be in like leaf foliage and stuff for them to be able to actually breed and reproduce.
Yeah.
So if they don't have those conditions, they just die. You'll find them like dehydrated, dead somewhere in your house.
So
Like, that's
you say leaf and foliage, except currently the trend is to have all sorts of fucking plants in your house.
Is it really?
well,
Or is that just what your wife's doing?
That is what, well,
Me?
the internet says everyone's doing it.
well, Big Amanda is absolutely doing it. And
I haven't heard of that trend.
dude. I could take you some pictures. She's turned the whole house into a jungle.
You're welcoming bugs into your house by doing that.
Oh yeah, I know. Little
Hmm.
dirt gnats or whatever she calls them.
Yep.
See, there's my only plant in the house next to the lamp, but it's plastic because I can't keep one alive.
My wife has like 2 plants inside, one of them being a catnip plant. Everything else is outside. And we're on the 2nd floor too, so it's a little easier to know if something's wonky.
My house is under tree line with a lot of birds, so I don't have to worry about it.
Bugs.
They're always in our yard picking bugs up, anyways.
The birds ruin any attempt at gardening that we have.
I saw fireflies for the first time in my life
Really?
recently.
Well,
Yeah.
For the
Have you
first
lived in
time?
the South before?
Just
No.
always out west.
In Colorado, and this is the only other state I've ever lived in.
Huh.
I was on my
What were your
porch.
impressions?
I thought I was, something was not fucking right when I just start seeing like these like flickers and like I was following, like, that's a firefly. And so like I've always wanted to see one, and it was just kind of like, hey. Ooh.
Or were you like, uh-oh, the Alzheimer's is starting early?
Oh god, the hallucinations have started. I shouldn't have drank that.
Well, at first I thought it was like an ember because my next door neighbor, or my downstairs neighbor, she's always on her porch smoking, like constantly. So I thought it was like embers from like her cigar or cigarette or whatever the hell she's smoking. But it was moving. Cigarillo, Teparillo. Mm.
Her Swisher Sweets.
She just one of the like long ass ones.
A giant blunt, just huge.
That'd be something Kevin Smith would do in his movie.
Yep.
The size of her forearm. And at least as wide.
I'm going to give Chris until it takes me to get another beer, and then we're going to start.
Sounds good.
We've got this little meadow that's across the way. So my house is right off of Highway 90. Do you live down here?
No, I'm in North Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Only I would know. So
So I live off of 92 over in Woodstock, which is like, I don't know, north center of Georgia. And
it's about 30 miles
I'm off-
north of Atlanta.
yeah, it's like center north of the state.
Mhm.
But I live off of this busy road, but it's just far enough back to where there's like you can't hear the traffic or anything.
It's
And
real
there's
nice.
like this. It is nice, and there's this little meadow that's right across the street, and there are like hundreds of fireflies out there every night. Like as
Hmm,
soon as summer
great.
starts, like once it really starts, they're just everywhere, all over the place out there, and we go out and catch them in little jars and stuff. It's fun.
So is
Yeah.
that little meadow part of your neighbors across the street's lot, or is that just one of those they couldn't build a house there for whatever reason?
Both. So it was a lot that they couldn't build on because of drainage issues. So he
Yeah.
purchased it. So he owns and maintains that. And then my parents just bought the house directly across the street from me. So they're fixing that up. And he bought a section of that lot as well from the owner. So now he owns like across the little creek that goes through there and everything too. It's pretty cool. He actually, when I was out there playing with Alex the other day, he walked up and asked me if I would help him like clear off that whole section that he just bought so that he could turn it into like a park for the kids. He just lets people just like roam around and play on the property. He doesn't care. It's cool. He's a nice guy.
Don't believe it.
It's a nice guy. Come on.
He's a nicer fella.
Too
Goblin.
wild and crazy. Oh, you got some more.
No, this is the last one.
Oh, I went through the whole. I went through the whole 6-pack in like a week because I drank one every night. So.
It was hidden in the back of my fridge.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Watermelon looking drink.
It is a key lime sour.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's real good. You should be able to find it where you're at.
I have not been in the outside world other than.
For beer.
Actually, I worked for Reformation Brewery early this week.
You worked
guys-
for him?
I worked at them. I brought my
Oh.
laptop. I got on their Wi-Fi. I had a beer. It was.
Do you
great.
guys have ABCs by where you're at? Does your
They don't
state
do it.
do
They
ABCs?
They don't do ABCs in Georgia.
Okay.
Alabama.
I didn't.
What's an ABC?
It's a government-controlled liquor place. So you can buy beer and you can buy cocktails and mixers, but if you want like pure alcohol, anything past a certain ABV, like you have to go to an ABC, which is owned by the government. I didn't know that, so I went to a liquor store in Colorado. We had liquor stores out the ass, like where you could just go and grab whatever you wanted.
That's Georgia.
Yeah, and I'm like, I found mix-ins and stuff for like, and you'd see like rum and Coke and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for rum, and they're like, we don't have rum, and I'm like, we have the mix-ins and the rum. They're like, no, you have to go to the ABC. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm dumb and not from the state. What's an ABC? and they're like, you have to go to one of those stores. That's the only place you can go get them. Like, but you have like barrel aged things that are like 17, 18%. But because it's beer, technically they didn't have to do it. So you have to go drive down to a government owned store. You go in there and it's like going to the DMV, but the shelves are liquor like and like everybody's like, you got the music and stuff going, but there's no advertisements. There's only warnings about drinking liquor. You go in, you grab your stuff. There's a limit to how much you can buy in a day. They have to check and make sure you didn't buy stuff at a previous ABC, and then you can go. But the people there were really nice. But I'm just like, that was the weirdest shit. So if you ever want to buy like mix-ins and drinks, you have to go to an ABC, and then you have to go to another store to buy the mix-ins.
Yeah,
'Cause they go-
Florida's the same way. They do ABCs as well.
So what is
So
like the
weird.
density of churches?
Enough that I've seen some pretty interesting confrontations of like
Like you can't
know,
go a
you-
mile without seeing one.
it's
Oh.
hard because there's trees everywhere, but
Oh, dude,
like there's enough of them.
I live within a quarter mile of 3 churches from where I'm sitting right now. That
So,
I like if I go on the other side of the tree line, there's a church, and then if I go to the front of the neighborhood, which I live on a very short street, and go down to the end of the block or into the road, which is the equivalent of a block, there's another church, and then across the street from that, there's another church. A mile up the road, there's 2 more churches.
So I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between Georgia and North Carolina, right?
North Carolina, yeah. I think I looked it up. It is a holdover from the Prohibition. After the Prohibition, most states that were around during that time had to go through an ABC store to regulate it after they brought liquor back. A lot of states dissolved it over time, but North Carolina and a bunch of other states kept the ABCs because it was so profitable for the government.
You know, maybe that would get our potholes fixed.
Have you been on Chastain over by 575 recently? That entire road needs to be repaved because it has just one long strip of pothole.
So I've only been on Chastain from like Chastain to that turn where the school is. Like, yeah, you drive by Five Guys, and then you hang a left, and you're going down the road to the mall. I've only
Yeah.
been down that part of Chastain recently. I haven't been anywhere else on there.
That's the part I'm talking about. If you're going the other way though, back towards Bell's Ferry, the where they're doing all that construction for that new medical building
Mm.
on the corner of
Is it the road with Walmart?
yeah,
Okay,
Chastain
yeah, I haven't got that far.
Chastain Meadows is what connects to Chastain Road.
Gotcha. I'm only on the smallest part of Chastain Road, right in front of where Aaron's is, and that's it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Like, I don't ever see it. So I'm gonna be up that way tomorrow anyway, so I'll pay attention.
Yeah, it's only if you're going towards Bell's Ferry. So if you're taking the road
I'll go there
and you're
and then I come back. So
Yeah, you'll notice it. If you're in the left lane, you'll notice it.
Oh, you'll notice it.
I will. All right, we'll give Chris enough
I have to dodge it every day, or otherwise I risk like tearing my tires up.
A hernia.
Just got new tires, man.
You're
I don't
about to say
I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on tires again.
hell no.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, what happened last time, guys?
I attempted to kill the princess we defeated in the previous
Did
session.
not attempt. Very successful.
No, I tried to snap her neck and become her. It didn't happen, so we panicked. She started bringing out more mimics. Then we did something, caused her headaches to explode, and then I tried to become her. And then we learned that we need to become the king for this plan to work. So now the plan is for us to go to the king, kill him. I become the king.
So the plan is not to is no longer to win the Battle of the Bands. It is to infiltrate the king, assassinate him behind closed doors, and come out and beat him.
Then we write the law saying that XYZ, we're the greatest, and then Ginseng and the backup crew are the greatest, and no problems.
Did we ever? So I know that we're doing this job for that wizard guy. Did we ever get his actual name, or is this we just kind of accepted it? Because I don't remember. I don't remember if we got his name because it's been a few sessions.
The wizard that you're representing, and
Yes.
Yes.
the
Question.
wizard who represented the heir, who you're representing in the tournament.
Yes.
I don't believe you asked for his name. You did very little other than not sign paperwork and show up to fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
he pretty much,
Alright.
he asked us to be a part of the group. We said, or to perform. We said, yeah. Then he said something about signing papers, and I waved him off, and we walked away.
And
No blood packs today.
I kind of made things awkward as per usual.
Oh right,
But
he doesn't
no-
like you anymore because you're because you were very. You threatened him.
I
Something
got
like
mad
that.
at because he could use magic and I couldn't, and I got aggressive.
No one has stopped you from using magic yet.
Yeah, obviously, as I turned into a giant spider and
And
Get her away.
And everyone
Everyone's
cheered
like-
as you mauled everything.
Avril shooting off his pelvic thrust fireballs and magic missiles.
What happened at the tail end of the session? Y'all like wrapped up your conversation with him and then headed back to the inn.
I think so. Yeah.
I think we're in,
That sounds about right.
I think we're in whatever long rest territory is.
Yeah.
I don't know what long rest are in this game.
We
And
recover
we do
everything.
so little. Does everybody leveled up, right? We don't have anybody that's still hanging on that, right?
Hold on, let me look.
Hang on.
I didn't level up last session. I did the previous session, and that's why I am this monstrosity we are dealing with now.
All right. So when you do nothing but rest in comfort and safety. After a day of rest, you recover all of your health. After 3 days of rest, you remove 1 debility.
Hmm.
If you're under the care of a healer, magical or otherwise, you heal a debility for every 2 days of rest instead. I don't think any of y'all are healers.
I have a healing spell
Well-
that it's just due to the feats of my class. I got a cleric spell which I chose as a healing.
Actually, it
spell.
doesn't matter. I'm not going to let y'all rest for 2 days.
I think I needed to pick out a spell that I just never did. But I can just figure that out
Let's
as
do
we
that.
go.
Let's do that. I want to know what magical
Oh,
nonsense you're
sure.
going to fuck me with.
What is the thing? Your level +7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weren't you looking to animate the hot dogs?
Me? I was trying. I think I was trying
Yeah.
to. I think we talked about finding a way to do that, but wizards don't have the ability to do any kind of reanimation.
Okay, that's what I
Man,
thought.
we had so many good ideas. We need we need a necromancer.
I think that's.
I'm sup-
I think clerics do that.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any expanded classes for this game, but the regular SRD doesn't have that. It's wizard or. Well, there's a class called Immolator.
I don't have that in the original book. But to be
Okay.
fair, if y'all find some content you want to use as a class,
I'm literally on DungeonWorldSRD.com. So
Yeah, go to the dungeonworld.stupid fucking homebrew. Let's use all of those.
What we need to do is we need to find someone who is close to a chef that is also part necromancer, and he can be a snackromancer.
So
We have
So
a
I
chef
was-
in.
Us. I like
we have
that
an excellent
snackermancer.
chef in some other universe that we should pull from, right, Chris?
oh my god. What, Teresa?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, that's going
OM
way-
OMG, Justin. I can pick up a spell called Mimic, which lets me have your transformation magic.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So I did have an idea. Like, I don't know if all classes have this. I know I have the ability to multi-class with cleric. I think it's from Paladin. You can do that. I don't know if everybody does.
So not all classes can multi-class, but I know Paladin can and I know Bard can.
I can dabble in ranger stuff if I pick a certain path, but I went the shapeshifter path instead.
I mean, I've already got the connect with death, so I'm saying I multi-class to cleric and somehow convince death to help me with reanimation.
That sounds like
Yeah.
a thing.
A lot of the reanimation stuff, I will say, is very, from what I read, was very dependent on good or evil. So, keep
I
that
mean,
in
I'm a
mind.
paladin. I'm as good as you can get.
Debatable. But when we're talking about necromancy and the hot dogs, be careful.
You still owe us a tour of the hot dog factory.
That's-
We
that-
want to
that-
know.
That's the
Oh, we
GM
did- we
going.
decided-
I'm gonna bend you guys over on this one.
We decided not to go to the hot dog
Are
factory.
you sure? Because that could be
I
hilarious.
don't know. I think at the last moment we were debating changing our minds at one point.
Well, no,
Right.
we did last session. We had the option to go to hot dog factory or wherever the hell we went.
As of the beginning of this session, you need to decide what you're going to do.
I think we should continue on with the tournament and see if we can infiltrate it. And then our reward is the hot dog factory.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes! I like this idea. Wait, so the way everything was worded, each person gets one thing, right? Wasn't that the reward?
It was very vague.
Each person gets one thing.
Take what
It's
you-
gonna be Monkey Pod.
I mean, Sean, if you don't give me what I want, this could end up with a paladin kidnapping a baby in your universe. I'm just saying.
I don't see any problems with any of that.
You know, the typical guy meets girl, girl gets kidnapped by a paladin.
Oh my God, that's the cause of the time war right there. A paladin kidnaps the baby king or queen. Do we know the gender? I think you just said baby, right?
I did.
Baby
Okay,
boy.
well-
If it's a king, it's gonna be a boy. It's gonna be a queen if it's a girl.
Did the
I
baby
don't think-
specify what role they would like to take if they won? Have you spoken to the baby?
Yeah, good point. So okay, so we're at the inn with the wizard guy.
No. You're at the end by yourselves.
Oh, that's right. We have the book of all the laws and shit now.
Oh, right, because you threw down with the knight at the Waffle House.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Oh God, I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, go ahead, Scott. I'll tell you.
Okay,
after.
so yeah, so since we already have a guy who does mimicry, I won't take the mimic spell because that's your thing. I'm gonna pick up dispel magic.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, that could be fun.
So with dispel magic, it's choose a spell or magic effect in your presence. The spell rips it apart. Lesser spells are ended. This is a 3rd level spell. Powerful magic is just reduced or dampened. So as long as it's dampened and reduced as long as I'm nearby, basically. So I kind of create a field of anti-magic, more or less.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. So let
You're
me
Gary No Fun.
I'm a little dude named Asta.
That little motherfucker. I started watching it again. I got like
Yeah.
3 episodes down last night. I'm like, why is this hilarious?
It's so good.
What'd you watch?
Black Clover.
It's just like I watch 3 episodes and then I don't watch it for a few days and then I'm like, why am I not watching this?
I started trying to catch up on Seven Deadly Sins, and that show went downhill pretty hard.
After season 2, dude, it got so bad.
Dude, it
Even season 2 was not great, but it just kind of just tanked so bad. Like, we can have this discussion later because.
This is
All
a
right.
good distraction. So my
what
quest
were you-
is to defeat the Gnome Knight, man.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Chris?
That's literally it. So a character development. My one of my character's motivating factors is to delete defeat the gnome dwarf man. Like kill him. Straight up kill him, not defeat. Murder his ass.
legalize him, boss.
But there's some caveats there, right?
Oh no.
No.
I'm like
Part of your quest is there are caveats to your quest. Things
Oh,
that you
yeah, I
must
forgot about
do
this, too.
or uphold as part of that.
Where did we put that? I can't find it on my sheet.
And I recall correctly because I know you have to defeat him in an honorable combat.
Oh yeah, you said I couldn't stab him in the back. But you said I could jump out and stab him in the front.
That is not honorable. That is not what I said.
I wish
But,
these.
If you jump out in front of him, say, on guard, and then stab him, maybe, depending.
What if I shout honorable attack as I'm thrusting at him?
Well, it depends on what you're thrusting at him with.
Yeah, what are you thrusting in?
Oh, that's yeah. Oh.
All right. Well, if you aren't going to do anything, I'm going to inflict plot on you.
Well, hold on.
Do it.
There's a couple bonus things before you go into that.
Sure.
My character is basically indestructible. His armor is doubled. He takes reduced damage, and I think he's immune to magic and blades. One of those two things.
And these were all
Okay,
things he had before that he wasn't using.
Well, not the immunity to
Well,
weapons.
because you weren't on a quest.
Yes.
You needed a
Things
quest
could have been
to
much
gain
easier.
immunity to all things.
We were so disjointed he didn't have a quest. He was just around.
I know. Pretty much the worst paladin of all
No
time.
idea why he was here. He's like, something's gonna happen. I need this. And then someone beat his ass. The party, y'all are at the inn, and you hear great fanfare, trumpets, a parade outside the inn.
Is this the same inn that we had the fire happen on stage?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's
That's
and part of the floor creaks where y'all are at because you're right above the stage area, and it creaks dangerously creaky. That's the thing.
I think I will move away from danger.
Well, okay, don't step there then. So, yeah, there's fanfare going on outside the inn.
Can I discern realities to figure out?
You want to look out
What?
the window?
Yeah,
You can look out the window and I can just tell you what's going on, or you can.
but I need
Yes.
I need opportunities of failure. Which good.
Excellent. I'm specifically glad that Loose Leaf did this because you see a contingent, not a contingency. You see a delegation entering with fanfare through the main street. They're all, and it is a delegation of elves,
Okay.
and specifically part of this delegation, you see someone in a leadership position sitting upon what looks like one of those carriages that you have to move. You have to move by like
Called a-
carrying them.
Called a palanquin.
A palanquin, excellent. I'm learning new words.
First thing I thought was only women go with palanquins, but that's not this universe.
And as you look in the window of this, you see a close relative, Loose Leaf. Tell me about this close relative.
She seems youthful, but you can tell that is just an elven lie. She has gray hair, braided. She looks like a character from the Water Tribe from Avatar. Very regal. You could tell that she's, very respected. She's everything that Loose Leaf is not.
Is she the bloodbender lady?
She is a young bloodbender looking lady. You can tell that, you don't want to fuck with her. And you can also see she has the same star or that tree leaf on her neck that Loose Leaf has. I think it's what the I can't remember what the distinguishing mark is, but she has the same thing on her neck too, and she's leading the palanquin, and she just looks pissed.
Yep, she is pissed.
I'm gonna close the blinds, and I'm gonna kind of like, not
Hey,
like
what's out there, Loose Leaf?
Now,
You're
now
acting very nonchalant.
I have a question because this is a close relative. I'm going to give you two options because you rolled real poorly.
Yeah.
Is this your ex-wife
Or your baby mama.
or your baby mama, Chris?
Oh, shit. I didn't think you would actually say that. Okay.
I didn't have a second one, but thank you.
Can I suggest the third option that's even more awkward?
You can.
Stepsister.
Oh, we're not doing that. Well,
Stepsister, I'm stuck in this lock.
oh, have you seen the TikTok with the step ladder?
Yeah. Have you seen that one where it's like the guy who has the stepsister and she's like, I've only learned how to be a stepsister from online movies. He's like, no, don't.
Yes, you could. Yeah, stepsister, ex-wife, or baby mama.
I'm gonna go with ex-wife.
Excellent.
What about all three? Wouldn't they all work? Stepsister, ex-wife, and baby mama. You could make that order work.
Some of them bring different drama to the table.
In bird culture, that is called a dick move.
If it was baby mama, we'd focus more on the infant that's in the crib next to her. But that baby doesn't exist because he chose ex-wife.
Yeah.
Why'd y'all break up?
Well, you can obviously tell that Loose Leaf, even in the best of days, is not the most stable of people. Not due to, like responsibility and stuff, but he's just he doesn't click well with other people, and it was an arranged marriage, and as much as certain people wanted it to work, he was one of them that just couldn't make it work. He just was too
Crazy
scatterbrained.
personalities?
Yeah.
It had something to do with it.
Well, the crazy personalities are because his mind rotted when he died, and so he kind of just bailed, and so he died while on this continent because he's from like the Arctic North, and so he left his tribe and all that shit, and
Excellent. Well, as you shutter the blinds and hide quickly.
What are you hiding from? I'm going to go look out the window.
not responsibilities.
And so I see, there's fancy lady.
You see a bunch
Yep.
of elves. You see them armed to the teeth. You see the parakeet, parlican.
We're going to call it her a
Pelic-
parakeet.
The Pelican?
Pelican. You see the pelican. You see the regal lady, who is so much more regal looking than Loose Leaf and ever could be.
Okay. Interesting.
Like I'm picturing regal lady and hobo Loose Leaf. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
All right.
She looks very like her hide outfit is like very, it's like normal like whites and gray leather and stuff like that, and it looks very good. And then you compare it to Loose Leaf, who's just kind of ragged clothes, whatever he found when he woke up from being dead, and
Probably had to plunder some bodies in the morgue.
Okay, I'm going to discern realities. Do I see anything aside, like anything of importance?
Go
Because
ahead and,
I obviously can't know his personal history.
That's fair. You do an optical pat down of the delegation of elves. It looks like you get to ask one question. What's your question?
Okay. What here in this thing I'm seeing is useful or valuable to me?
You specifically,
Yes.
as a person who has shown an interest in acquiring magical goods from people, she wields a very tall-looking stave with a blue gem on the tip of it, and it is clasped together with like wood would come together, like the metal on an engagement ring would come together to perch a gem.
Okay. I think I have someone I need to go talk to. Do you guys want to meet my soon-to-be new friend outside?
Nope. Nope. I am good. I
Are
am
you
very
afraid of
good.
semi-attractive women who could be like 4,000 years old?
Have it. Don't want it.
Okay. Hey, Waylon, will you help me woo this woman?
You don't want it.
Why not?
Wait.
I don't-
Woolen, Waylon, are you an elf?
I am.
Oh shit! How do you know this? How are you familiar with these elves from the Arctic tribe?
From the Arctic tribe? No.
Have you ever seen them before?
No, I've never booked a show up there, and I usually hang around warmer climes.
So where are your elves from? Are they the
Well-
Urban tribe.
No,
You know, the urban elves.
it's a warmer, kind of a more not really tropical, but they're
Margaritaville.
hotter side type of play. Yeah, sort of.
I'm picturing Jimmy Buffett elves now.
And they're all bards. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. Kind of. Yeah, I mean, he grew up in a very laid back kind of place. Lots of drunks and stoners.
Excellent cheeseburgers, margaritas.
Exactly.
Excellent. Oh, the lore we're learning today. So are you going to run downstairs and just like run into this delegation of heavily armed elves and try to flirt with this lady?
Yeah, baby. I don't see any reason why not. No one has objected to this plan.
All right. I don't think you need to roll for running down the stairs and bursting out the door and running up into a bunch of armed elves.
Well, hold on. Hey, Gideon, I need a favor.
Gideon's
You're pretty
muted.
sneaky, right? Oh,
Oh, am I?
there you go.
Now.
Sure.
So, Gideon,
anything.
there's this really like nice looking staff that I think we should have a look at. I'm not sure it's her property. So, if we could come up with some way to, get close and maybe borrow that. You seem to have some very good sneaking skills. You
If you
down?
trick through the trade, I could probably draw on. Probably make
Wait,
that happen.
Devril, can't you turn people invisible?
Yes,
That would definitely help in this endeavor.
You
but
care to help me pursue this lady?
Did you call me Gideon or Killian?
I called you Killian
Okay.
because it's kind of light outside, so I figure. And I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
call you Gideon.
come on
It
over.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point.
Come on over. I'll turn you invisible.
Yeah, but the paladin doesn't know who Gideon is.
That's true. I don't have context.
He just all of a sudden name changed, and at this point, you forgot his original name, anyways.
He could have been mumbling it while he was asleep. I mean, there's canonical ways for a name change.
My name is Gideon.
There is the dark aura that's emanating off of it. It could be causing all sorts of unintended side effects. Who knows?
The
Who
gnomes
knows?
all around you are sick. Like sick in the head now.
Oh god.
They've resorted to cannibalism at this point.
Well, all right. Let's get the show on the road. Come on, Waylon.
Alright, so before anything happens, the paladin, who has a book on the laws of Gnome Town, would like to try to steal something from someone who probably has diplomatic immunity in Gnome Town?
For the greater good.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
I'm just asking.
Let's see. We're gonna roll for this,
Do
Mister.
you need to roll, you thief?
I am not a thief.
You're trying to be.
Aren't you
No.
trying to cozy up to this person to steal or
This
magic
is what is it? This is what the FBI does. I'm accusing her staff of being wrongful property,
You're
not
entrapment.
her of a
This
crime.
sounds like entrapment.
I don't think you understand what entrapment means.
Am I
Entrapment
hearing
means
the
That's
to
very
conversation?
possession.
in the Time Wars.
It's adverse possession.
Adverse possession, whatever.
Am
That's
I
what I-
hearing the plan happening as I'm sitting there trying to avoid like being seen?
Yes, that's you're hearing the plan being discussed.
Oh no, the plan is in motion. I'm out the door. Like this is.
So you don't need somebody invisible. Okay.
Oh, I do. I'm just going to
Well, that ship
tend
has
to my
sailed.
loin.
Wow. I haven't left the inn.
Are you like yelling out the door, "Turn Gideon invisible so we can steal something from this lady"? As you point
That
out,
is pretty much what happened. One hand on the doorknob, got a hand on Waylon's shoulder, pushing him out the door, and not very well planned. Since no one in the party knows this woman.
I could. That's my staff, but I just kind of like mumble that as they go through in whatever character voice I chose at the time.
what character voice have you chosen at the time?
I don't know. Little like Jim Carrey from The Mask. I don't know.
I like it.
That's why we didn't hear you. That's my staff.
What are you talking about? That's my mask. My staff.
Broken.
She's
All
a
right, so
total
here's the
bitch.
two-man show outside. And about how
As
many?
you run headlong into some heavily armed elves, but you have to run down the street a little bit. You spend a long time discussing this, not a plan. You run down, you catch up, you run headlong into the elves, and they all turn to you with their spears pointed at you and yell halt. Before
Hey,
we
guys.
skewer you, motherfucker.
Sorry about the quick approach. When
You
you
better
see
be
such
sorry.
When you see such a beautiful woman,
I will
you
stab
can move a
you.
little more quickly.
Get back, peasant.
Well, that's rude. I'm not a peasant.
You look like a peasant. Are
You
you
just
human or
really
elf?
Stab this guy.
How, are
He's
you
human.
Oh, I'm definitely human. 100%.
You look
human.
like a peasant. Man child.
You know, that feels kind of racist. I thought we moved past this, but you know, with your pointy ears and small other things.
I mean, our
I
better
can see
ears.
why.
Wait a
I
second now.
Need to de-escalate here.
I have a song for the beautiful woman there, who my bard friend
I
will.
got a spear
will
for you,
convert.
buddy. Step back.
I actually have authority here. Can I see your papers and see why you're here? As I should in my
You
bag.
don't have authority over us. We have diplomatic immunity as elves of the Arctic tribe.
Peapod, hold on. You don't want to mess with her. She's kind of a bitch. And I come out through the thing like, "Hello, Nia. It's been a while."
You're addressing the lady, or are you addressing the guards?
I'm addressing my ex-wife.
Okay. She peeks her head out the window. She's like, "You son of a bitch, you are here."
Not by choice. It just kind of happened. Also, excuse the voice. Apparently, I died and neurons make me act weird every time I shapeshift. Long story.
Well, why don't you shapeshift and turn into something fucking normal?
I'm gonna shapeshift.
How many guards are here, Sean?
Say what?
How many guards?
8.
I'm gonna shapeshift into a raven and then back. I don't want her to know that I can shapeshift into people.
All right, go ahead. Roll shapeshift.
All right, let's see. The higher the number, the better the voice.
So like this is a mixed success voice.
Yeah.
So you have to sound mostly bird. Just caw after every word you say.
Well, if you're turning into a bird and then you're turning into a person, what's a bird person sound like?
Rick. It is I, bird person.
Armin.
Oh, there we go. I like
Is
Bird
this voice more appropriate for this conversation?
No, you're still a fucker.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the one who decided to merge our clans together and get approval without even asking me. You killed my clan.
That seems irrelevant. That means nothing to me. I do not give a fuck.
Exactly, and that is the problem. You don't care about tradition. My family cared about tradition, and all you cared about was becoming the clan head, which is why you're here at a gnome festival. Because
She's not
for some reason,
agreement.
Ooh. Not even hiding it.
oh yeah, no, she's again. I like look around. I'm like, no, everybody knows she's a total bitch.
Yeah, I don't think I like this woman. Let's just beat her up and take the stick. Why don't we even have to pretend to steal it at this point?
No, she.
Are you saying that out loud?
I think he's quietly saying that to me. No, I want to sleep with her. I don't care.
Technically, that staff still belongs to me. I could ask for that staff. She won't give it to me, but technically, of right of succession, I am the chieftain. But I don't care. I rather frolic in the tundras of the north, being part of the wilds. She wants to
Tom,
modernize.
Give me a roll.
Oh god, I'm becoming Kirk.
I want to know. Is it discern? Okay. If I want you to. Oh, it's spout lore. That's what I need.
What do you want to spout lore about? What do you have to spout lore about this situation? I feel like loosely could spout lore the whole time without even rolling.
Oh, shit.
Should I roll for spout lore?
No, I'm enjoying this. Don't
Okay.
when it comes to a critical juncture and we need to determine how shit's
Like-
gonna go down, you can roll.
Should I? Because I assumed that I was the chieftain.
I mean,
Like,
that's
that's
fine with me. This is story building.
Okay.
Like when it comes to a point where it makes sense to roll, we'll roll.
Okay.
But when we're developing characters and developing story, this is good shit. And I want it to continue to flow without breaking it up and like I don't
Okay.
know, some random character shows up and punches you in the face, be like, "No, you rolled a 6."
I am the guards queen captain Barry because I like berries.
I need to know if openly wielding stolen property by diplomats is legal.
Ooh.
That's what I need to know.
Openly flaunting stolen goods is illegal. However, diplomats have diplomatic immunity on just about anything. They have.
We have a treaty, though.
If you looked at the caste system or like the tier of people, royalty, and then bureaucrats or like what did I call them? They're not bureaucrats. The aristocracy and the
Okay.
diplomats are on a similar level, but not because of choice, but because of
Political.
political connections and political benefits.
Okay, if I can't go that route, I think I'm going to take my sausage out and wave it at her seductively,
Sounds like something you do. Okay.
painting me into a
Well,
corner.
as you're waving your sausage at her while she's yelling at loose sleeve.
Seductively waving my sausage.
Seductively.
I think of South Park when Saddam's like, and he's like, say it. He's like wiggling the sausage around in bed. He's like, oh god, oh.
What does she say? She says, "Oh, I haven't seen one of those since you left.
Yeah.
Too bad this one looks a little more functional."
Ooh.
It's a burn right there.
I'm going
Only
to
there was-
gently tap it
Are
on
you
my
gonna
camera
take
right
that?
now.
Yeah, you know the only reason you didn't get any action is because you weren't pretty enough for it.
I didn't have to
Damn.
be pretty enough for it. This
Yeah.
is arranged. This is the law.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That means
I am the law.
having sex with someone so unwilling, isn't that rape?
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
Yep, that was not an insult. That was like
This was a bad response to that question.
let's roll back. That was like not like
Let's rewind.
rewind. Oh god, that was not what I wanted.
See, Justin, like every time.
Every time. In here I'm like, oh burn, and then I'm like, Oh, immediately. Good fucking Christ, dude.
See, I'm just waving a sausage seductively, tapping it lightly on my tambourine. I'm just getting
Forgot you
ignored.
had the fucking tambourine.
Thanks to that.
Waylon, do you feel a song coming on?
Okay, I think I got one, and it's not gonna be too bad.
Okay, we'll see if we have to rewind again.
Just because I'm a druid doesn't mean I fuck trees.
That's pretty good.
Because you're stiff as a board, bitch.
Ooh, that burns.
Fatality.
I mean, I think she's.
I want to make you roll for that, but it was so good that I don't.
No, make me roll with a +1. Because I'm desperate. I need to level. I'm
All right.
behind.
Go ahead, roll. See what happens. I think that
I'm gonna
that
put
feels
my
like a
arm in
charisma.
front of Pea Sprout and kind of pull him back
What
as
are you
step
trying
back.
to accomplish with
might
this?
wanna
Never
get some
mind.
dis-
It doesn't matter what you were trying to accomplish with this burn.
How bad was it?
It was-
Oh, yeah.
That's what you wanted, right? XP?
Yeah, but I
What
wanted
were
at
you
least
saying?
like.
What were you saying, Waylon?
I put my arm in front of you and like we don't want to get involved in this. And just
She says, "Guards, arrest this man for treason."
Who?
And I hold up my hand. I'm like, diplomatic immunity. I'm a contender.
Are you admitting guilt?
um,
Participating in gnomish affairs
Uh,
is against our laws. You should know this. That's why we're
Actually,
here to collect
excuse me,
elf, ruining
According,
our tribe's
Shut up, lady.
traditions in
Shut up.
another. Shut the fuck up, human, man, child.
While
please,
she's
I'm gonna break the
talking,
hot dog in half and throw half of the hot dog at her.
while she's talking, I'm going to be standing right next to Loose Leaf, and I'm just going to nonchalantly like press my thumb into him and cast invisibility.
So wait, would the hot dog toss be a distraction then? Could I aid?
Absolutely, you can roll help out.
Oh
Sorry,
God!
you have to roll help out now.
oh,
Wait, where the hell's help out?
it doesn't matter.
It,
Hack and slash
it
parlay.
does
Well,
matter. You can
better.
roll a 5.
Wait, where is help out?
aid, I think.
It's
Help
8.
out, yeah, is aid or interfere.
Ah, okay. Boom.
They take +1 or -2, your choice. Doesn't matter because I passed it even if it's a -2.
So, Loose Leaf, are you like the middle of a sentence when you say this, or are you just like bowing or something?
I'm like, laws, and then all of a sudden I'm just gone.
She gets her eyes go wide, her face goes red, and she shrieks, "Guards, find him!"
I'm standing next to him and I just react like, "Whoa, what?"
While I'm invisible and I realize I'm invisible, can I shapeshift into her?
Yes.
Ooh. I know what I want to do.
I mean, you are her now.
Okay.
Why?
I'm gonna kind of position myself to be near her, but enough like so I'm not like bumping into guards and stuff like surrounding her and stuff. But I want to kind of like be able to kind of like be next to her
Okay,
when I come
Okay,
out of the
she's in this-
invisibility.
she's in the Palanquin. Palanquin?
Oh,
Palanquin.
Paladin. She's in this chair thing. So,
How in
if you wanna get up-
danger?
if, like you want to sit next to her, or if you,
Here, all right. Here's the thing about invisibility: you don't leave its effects until I dismiss the spell or you take damage, and I can't see what you're doing.
oh. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna get into the battle.
you're good.
Is he in danger?
Yeah, I'm gonna get inside of her little palanquin.
Okay. You're gonna
Do I
climb
need
up.
to?
As you climb up, you see the guards, the carriers. So there's like 8 guards, and there's 4 carriers of this chair thing. You see their knees buckle a little bit as they struggle to keep the weight of you up. but they hold steady. You climb in the chair opposite to her.
Mhm.
What do you do?
Oh, like
Do you stab
Like-
yourself to get out of invisibility?
I have a better one. I'm gonna shoot a crossbow at her.
You're gonna attack a diplomat, Mr. Paladin,
Mhm.
Mr. Lawful Good Paladin.
Yeah.
She threatened to arrest one of my friends
She
who I
threatened?
know he has not broken any laws because he's registered as a pet. So he has no
He has
influence
not broken
over
any
political-
gnomish laws. You have a book on gnome laws. You have an investigated
Yeah.
elf laws. Do you know elf law?
Oh, that's a good question. Do I know elf law?
You
We're
want,
about to
you
find
want to
out.
spout lore on that?
Oh, that's where we're going. I hope to God I'm the most Yes! Yes, John, I do know elf law. What would you like to know?
It says the GM will tell you something interesting and useful about the subject relevant to your situation.
That I know elf law and I know she's breaking. That's all I need.
You know that the tribe leader in the tribe leader, that feels like it's not enough authority.
chieftain,
The chief, the war chief,
war chief.
the war chief of the of elf tribes has full authority to do whatever they need to do in their tribe, especially in conflict. When they're not in conflict, you know that they have a little less power.
Okay.
I feel like I could say things that would aid you, but I'm not going to meta this. I want you to figure this out.
the only thing that I can see here is there's currently like an armistice, right? Isn't it the elves and the gnomes? Or who is it? Who do they have the agreement
The
with?
Wizard Council and the gnomes have an agreement.
Damn.
As far as if the elves and the gnomes have an agreement, currently there appears to be some sort of diplomatic agreement so that they could come in and do whatever they needed to do without being stopped at the front door. But
Why?
we haven't discussed the extent of relations between elves and gnomes.
I've got it. There's
Yeah.
no way that she's here to arrest him. That's not why she's here. It's not possible.
Why is that not possible?
Because she didn't even know he was here until 2 minutes ago. So she has to be here for some other reason.
That's an assessment.
That's a crossbow bolt assessment right there.
So because you don't know why she's here, you're going to shoot her.
No, because I know she's breaking the laws of this place. I'm going to shoot her. Because
However, she has diplomatic immunity, and you know this.
I don't know. Do I know that?
You have a book on gnome laws.
I know.
Maybe.
I know.
Do you want to pull out your book?
Fine, I won't kill her. Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, you could
Gnome
shoot her
law
if you
for
want to.
dummies.
I'm just.
I resurrect somebody
concerned
and they
about
can blow her
Mr.
head
Lawful Good Paladin breaking the law.
Can I spout lore?
Absolutely. What do you want to know?
Oh my god. You mentioned that it was, and I totally agree because it is in character, that an elf is interfering with Nobe customs. Why would it be against like tundra elves to help gnomes? What is the reasoning behind that? And is there a incident that caused it?
Are you asking me this or are you
These
asking
are
Sean?
good questions. Okay, so the elves do not believe in this way of succession. They see the gnomes as dishonorable because they will not engage in combat between themselves. They have delegates instead. They see that as cowardice.
Okay, that totally fits my assumption of the elves. Cool, thank you.
And that's partly why she takes on the title War Chief, because she is a combatant, and this whole succession thing is just so dishonorable to her. What was the rest of that question?
Uh,
Oh, why?
yeah, why would she care? But it makes sense.
Why? Why?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my question for you then. Why is it important for the elves to have honorable combat?
Because we're not like the civilized forest or the party goers of the beach elves. Like,
Man, what are you
Wait, are
trying
the
to
are
do?
is your are your tribes nomadic by nature?
yeah, we're kind
Okay.
of like Eskimo-esque kind of
Okay.
like.
So I can see this kind. I personally can see this kind of as a trial by combat to assess the strongest tribe for
That's
dominance.
and my tribe was absorbed by marriage into the larger tribe, and that's why I was so pissed about being, uh, you know, my people getting pretty much absorbed into it. It was like you don't care about my culture. Like my people is pretty much just gone at this point.
So was it? It sounds like this marriage that joined, well, that consumed your tribe's culture. It was it honorable the way that it was done, or was it some strange anomaly in your culture's history?
It was a technicality.
Okay.
My
So
I feel it was a technicality because, it wasn't trial by combat. Her coerced into my family, merged the tribes, then stripped our name out of our tribe.
so she avoided conflict by being a diplomat.
Hmm.
Excellent. Every time we talk about her, she gets smarter and stronger.
And then you look at Loose Leaf and you're like, oh no.
And it feels like she gets more plot armor.
Has plot armor saved anyone in this fucking universe?
Nope.
But she's not a gnome, so she's not just gonna explode.
This is true.
So, in scene, I have snuck into her palanquin.
You're just gonna wait there?
Yeah.
She's yelling at the guards to find him. What is the party doing?
I'm gonna immediately yell, "What did you do?"
Just at who?
The the elf lady, because she was yelling at him and he disappeared.
Oh, you're trying to shift blame to her?
Yeah.
Excellent.
What do I need to roll? Because I need to roll some shit.
I need to I need to know what you're trying to hope to accomplish with this.
I guess in terms of rolling, this would be kind of a
Like, well, don't think about it the role. Think about what you want to accomplish out of this. Do you want her to like do you want her to leave? Do you want her to stay? Do you want her to get arrested? Do you want her to fight?
that this is
She
me.
can't be arrested.
I'm,
We've already
I'm,
determined that.
I'm basically playing stupid on this.
Right,
She
right.
was sitting here dressing down our druid friend, and he just all of a sudden disappeared. And Davril's basically like, "What did you do? What is this? Some strange elf magic?" Being a human.
Are you trying to call out that the elves are using magic in the middle of Gnome Town?
Yes. Having just used magic myself.
I feel like. Okay, so do you want the guards to arrest her?
I want to put
No
pressure.
guards.
I want to put pressure on her,
pressure
basically.
on her to try to leave the situation, maybe.
Yeah, or like come down from it.
I feel like this is a parlay when you have leverage on a character and manipulate them, and you're trying to manipulate her into diffusing the situation so that maybe she'll scamper off or do whatever, or at least leave this situation.
Talk a little bit easier because she seems very authoritative right now.
She
So
is.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think parlay is the answer here.
Okay. What does that roll with? Charisma is going to be very bad. Very bad. Parlay.
You're like, what did you do?
I am shocked. Shocked.
Oh no.
I'm a 4 on a person who cast invisible on someone else. It feels like invisible should stop. Is that What do y'all
If
think?
that's hey man, it's your decision, not mine.
I'm asking. What is that the most interesting thing that could happen here?
Because then there's going to be two
No,
of her.
no. You do it, man.
Do it. Do what you think is the best.
Do what you think
That-
is the
that's
best.
the only thing that comes to mind immediately. So here we go. You appear across at Davril. You feel the magic dissipate as you fumble over your words, trying to convince her to leave. And now there's two war chiefs. Sorry, one with the staff by her side and one with the not staff. What do you do, not war chief?
I'm going to turn to her and I'm going to yell, "Oh, there's an imposter!" And I'm going to grab onto the staff to make sure it looks like I was holding onto it.
She's gonna reach for it at the same time while you do this.
Yeah.
I think this is a defy danger
Okay.
by Dex. I feel like dexterity.
Okay.
I feel like this is a quick movement kind of thing. Y'all are both gonna reach for the same. Okay. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch. Actually, okay. If you're gonna grab the staff, but it's going to be more potent than you remember it.
Okay.
This may have been your staff once, but something has happened to it in the interim, and you're gonna feel its power immediately.
Okay.
As you
Yeah.
grab onto it, yanking it from her possession, your eyes immediately light up bright, and you feel power flow through you, stronger than you've ever felt before,
To your loins.
especially in your loins.
Oh, the loins are my favorite part.
What do you do?
I'm going to, as I'm going to say, hold on, I'm going to go, huh! And I'm going to kind of like hold on to the staff, and I look at her, and I'm just going to kind of
She
like,
sounds, let go, you fool!
it's mine. I'm just going to kind of like grimace at her. Mine.
You're just gonna grimace at her? You're not gonna...
I'm going to try to strength pull it away from her.
She doesn't have it. You have it all.
Oh. Then I'm going to stand up and gritted teeth and be like, he's in my seat.
The elf delegation yells as the carriers of the chair sit it down, and everyone points their spears at her as you hold the staff. And she says, "It's not me, it's him!
Lying tart.
See, he's going crazy! He doesn't know what we've done. He's a fool."
My former husband has gone insane and needs to be captured immediately. I'm gonna roll.
That sounds like parlay again.
Yeah.
Because you're claiming that you're her, and well, you say these things, and you feel you feel electricity working its way up the staff as it jabs at you, and I remember now that your defy danger should have been a fail because you had a -1 for being in doppelganger.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's in the past.
Oops.
You already rolled a 6, so you feel yourself transform immediately back into you as the lightning arches over you. It's almost like you're being electrocuted as you fall to your knees, the staff still in hand, and she's pointing at you, yelling, and the guards are running to you with their spears drawn.
I'm gonna unshape shift. I'm gonna look at her.
Shapeshift.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think this is an excellent time to ask a question about this magical staff.
Yeah.
That might be a relic of the Time War. What powers does it have?
If it's an elven staff, I'm guessing it's probably potent in the ways of uh like arcane magic. Even though we're tribal, it's like the one of the few arcane things we do. But besides that, I think it's just kind of like a conduit for mana more than anything else.
That's fair. I think we've said that about a lot of magic items in this game. How
Hmm.
sticks with gems in them are very very much conduits for magical powers. So you've said what kind of magic it is, but not what kind of powers it has. I'm giving you free reign. What is the one
Oh,
thing
God.
that it does? What is the one thing that it does that's incredible?
It since I kind of have been doing the elemental stuff lately, I think it lets you channel the elements without paying the price.
Okay.
So you can kind of you still get the like in gameplay terms. I'm not trying to circumvent the paying a price, but I'm like it makes it easier to like call on the water to harness the crops or you know whatever shit I needed to do for like the wind needs to blow in and so we can get good weather so we can hunt or that kind of thing. So that's what it's used for, but essentially it harnesses the elements without like channeling the spell and having a drawback. You kind of like have a conversation with them.
So it's a good
talk to
medium
them.
between the elements. Well, then I'll say this: while you hold this staff, you can feel the fire that was engulfing your finger from the last time that you screwed up leave your finger, and now the staff itself is a stick of fire.
Oh, Melvin's gonna step in first time in a long time, and he's gonna yell, "The beacons are lit! Gondor needs our aid!" I'm gonna jump
Gondor
off
calls
and
for aid.
gonna run towards my friends and just be like, "Go, go, 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 go!"
The elves are giving chase. The elves and their spears are giving chase. Where are you going to hide? Is the party running with you? Is everyone running? Is everyone still with us?
Sorry if I shanghaied this adventure with them.
No, I've been standing there watching. If he takes off, I'm taking off too.
What is it? You don't know what's happening. That he's running. You're like, oh shit, we should be running too.
Yeah, it's all happened so fast. I'm just like, whatever. There he goes.
Where are you running to? Where would loosely think to run in this city that he knows nothing about?
Out of it. Wants to leave the
Wants to
city.
run out the front gate and into the wilds. Now remember what's out in the wilds in Gnome Country.
I don't remember because we flew over it.
It starts with trolls and ends with trolls, and it's more trolls.
Oh, right. Mosquitoes.
Yeah, mosquitoes. The size of trolls.
Yeah. Troll mosquitoes.
They suck you whole. Everything.
Phrasing?
Not in a nice way. Yes, and we should do phrasing.
That's where I'm heading. I don't know where everybody else is. Like, I'm the one that's in trouble.
You're running towards the front gate. It sounds like Waylon is following you. Davril? Killian? Gideon? Peace Sprout? Are you running
Gideon
too?
was
Running,
was
yeah.
just poisoning random bystanders. But yeah, he's running now.
You're just like running around tipping poison into people's drinks at a bar, but you're like, oh shit, we're running, I gotta go.
He had like one of those
See
gloves
you
on with the
later.
little, like the thorn on it, so he's just like pricking people as he was like just loitering as they walk by, like, oops. Oops.
This is
Oopsie.
This is an important question, Killian Gideon. Is the poison just regular poison, or is it Gideon?
It's the black blood of the earth. It's Gideon.
Excellent. There will be no repercussions for this incredible actions, I'm sure.
No. Gideon would not be counting on it.
Pea Sprout, are you running too?
I can't do anything. They have diplomatic immunity, so I'll probably just hang out at the end.
Oh no.
No, really. Like, I can't touch them, so whatever.
You're just like, not my
So you just
problem.
turn around and walk back.
Yeah, there's literally nothing that can be done.
I'll say this: the guards are chasing. She is not. Do you want to talk to her?
I can't do anything. No.
You just sort of like go back into the inn and have a drink.
Yep.
F this. Just walks off.
All right. As we're gonna circle back to that, because someone's at that inn, but the rest of you, you're all running to the gate. You're just gonna run out the front gate. The gnome, you're kicking gnomes out of the way as you run because they're 2 feet tall and y'all are not.
Yep.
Punting them
I
out
would
of
say
the
they're
way.
flying out of the way at this
Punting.
point. Yeah, the punting is happening. You make it to the gate, and a couple of gnome guards are shouting, and they start closing the gate as they see you punting gnomes left and right as you approach it. How are you going to get under the gate before they close it?
Under the gate?
Yes.
Can we not just smash through the gate since we're so much bigger?
I can cast Elemental Mastery.
Iron
Yes.
bending.
What element are you mastering?
I am mastering. Wait, is it a gate that swings in and out like a normal door, or is it a downward gate?
Downward.
Then I'm going to.
Ridiculous.
I'm going to attempt to call on the earth to wedge the gate so it cannot close.
You are totally fucking earthbending.
Yep.
Well, on a 15, it looks like you rolled twice.
Did it?
But you rolled a
10 and a
10 and a 15.
Way.
Take the 10.
So,
I don't know why I
all
did
good.
it twice.
I mean, a pillar of earth shoots up out of the ground on both sides of the on the farthest sides of the gates and holds the gate in place so that you can run under it. And as soon as you clear it, do you dispel the magic?
That's up to how Davril's dampening magic works.
When he does that, okay, so if we clear it, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. So you want to do you want to clear it so that the elves can't chase you, or do
Yes.
you go ahead, roll dispel magic on the gate, right? Or on the area.
Well, so it's less I target something and more of I kind of create an aura around me that will dispel magic around me. The specifics of the spell don't say like how far, how close it is, so I guess that all matters in the roll.
I'm very
but-
excited about this.
but-
roll.
Oh, I have to choose the two effects, don't I?
11.
Yeah. Justin, pick 2 effects, and then we're gonna resolve that 11 as you. We're gonna talk about that 11.
The effect you desire comes to pass, and I retain control, but I do not avoid nature's price.
Okay.
This is dispel magic is a snap decision, thinking that he can raise the earth, but maybe not bring it back down. So I'm going to be like, boom.
As you cause the earth to rise, and you retain control of it perfectly, it happens exactly as you think it was. And as you hold your arm up to cast it with the staff, you could feel your whole arm turn to stone.
Oh no!
And
Oh
it stiffens around the
no!
staff. So you can't let go of the staff. You can't flex it. There's no more muscles. There's no more gun show. There's just you and your immobile arm. The staff permanently attached to it currently. And Davril, you dispel magic on the stone holding up
After the crux of it was after we clear it.
after you clear, of course, yes. What is like the radius of this? Is it localized to the little pillars that were risen out of the ground? Is it a
So
separate
the
wall?
so the spell says verbatim. Magic is reduced. So if it is a magic effect in my presence, the spell rips it apart. Lesser spells are ended. So that's on your end. Lesser spells immediately done. If it's powerful magic, it's dampened or reduced as long as I'm nearby. So basically, I just kind of create like I said earlier, a field of anti-magic.
Okay, so I'm asking this because I want to know about not its accuracy, but its precision. Is it like a laser, or is it like, or it sounds like it's a radius around?
This is definitely an AOE on me, with being the point of origin.
Excellent.
Well, you see, okay, so it's weird because if I can choose a magical effect, so in this case, I'm choosing the earth, so it should just rip it apart. But I'm not aiming at powerful magic, so if it's powerful magic and I try to do that, it's kind of dampened as long as I'm nearby. As long as I think this is an ongoing spell too.
I kind of see it as like in Warcraft 3 when you have like Brilliance Aura or something up and you have that like ring around you. Just anything in that circle just kind of
So
I asked
dispel
because-
okay, so dispel magic is okay, it is not an ongoing effect.
So
Because some spells will say ongoing. This one,
as far as the rules go, I'm not super concerned. I'm concerned
Okay.
about the flavor and what's going to happen afterwards. So
Sure.
if this is a precision thing,
this is a
because
precision thing.
We're defining how your spells work or how magic
Yeah.
works in Wizards as we go. And if this is like you point a laser at the ground and you finger gun those two pillars and they immediately dissipate, that's one thing. If
Yeah.
if you do an arcane blast like in WoW and it shoots around you in all directions and it affects everything within a certain radius, then that's another thing. But I just need to know what it is.
Right now, it is definitely a precision thing.
All right.
I think it's supposed to be a precision thing, and the thing that I choose
It doesn't-
is either it's counterspelled or it's reduced.
So don't think about how it has to be or how the rules say it is. Think about how it would be interesting in the story.
Sure.
So if for you it's most interesting for it to be a finger blast and they both disappear as you're running by, then that's how it works. That's how dispel magic works for you. It is a ray gun at the end of your finger.
Nah, I don't like that.
Okay. Then how do you want it?
You know what? I'm gonna do the thing to where it's kind of I see it. I'm gonna cast a spell magic on it. I kind of like cut my arm in front of me and just this kind of wave of anti-magic hits it and just.
Is it like the Black Clover sword where he like dispels magic with his sword?
Well, he has to touch it with his sword. This is not that.
Oh yeah.
This
you
is
have-
kind of
Okay, so it does have some sort of, it's not AoE, but it is a conal effect.
less a conal effect and
Wave slash.
wave slash. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the distance is on this wave slash.
Okay. Well, it says choose an effect in your presence. So in my presence, we'll assume within a reasonable amount. Like I can't be like half a mile down the road and see it and be like dispel magic because that's unreasonable. But if
So
it's
it's in your immediate vicinity.
yeah,
Okay, but it is targeted, and you're not just going to go crazy and nullify everything around it for.
correct. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's how that spell works because it says choose a spell or magic effect in your presence.
It works how it works, whichever.
Yeah.
All right, you dispel these two pillars,
Look.
and the party slips through the gates, leaving Peace Route behind in a bar. And the gnome's wondering what the fuck happened. Where do you hide?
Where do we hide?
Are you gonna steal some horses and leave town?
We can't.
I mean, you got to come back to work at the Battle
We
of
got to
Larians,
come
right?
back at some
Right.
point. You know.
We could fly for a bit until they calm down.
Let's just circle around the block or something and come back.
Circle around to the other gate and come back here.
Yeah, and walk in. Like, we heard there's a ruckus going on the other side of town.
Let me.
They wouldn't
Just
let
wear
us in. The
poor-
gates
poorly.
are closed over there.
I'm gonna shift into a griffin again and carry us away.
Are you carrying you back into the gate, into the castle, or back into, or to a different gate, or just like away?
I'm taking us like above the forest for a bit to kind of like just hide.
Okay, so you're trying to lose the heat, Grand Theft Auto style.
Yeah. Wait for the stars to die down a bit. I think we're at like what, 4 stars?
Yeah, 4 or 5, but they're not like, maybe like 3 or 5, because it's not even people that are inside the city. Kinda, maybe it is. Pea Sprout. It sounds like some people are trying to lose some stars, and you're in a bar. And as you sit down next to what appears to be a middle-aged woman with, I would say, emerald stones in her earrings and an emerald stone necklace, and the robes of someone who you would classify as a magical person.
But she's a gnome. She's not a-
She's a human.
That's some fancy stuff you got on there.
And as you say that to her and you look her in the eye, you have this sudden realization that, hey, I think I threw a hot dog at this lady.
As that clicks in my mind, I'm going to take the hot dog out, break it in half, and hand her half.
She looks at you, and she takes it and she says, "Cheers." She holds you up to clink.
I guess we clink hot dogs.
What, Chris? Can you, for world building, can you tell me the sound it makes when those two clink? What kind of sound happens?
Well, I mean, this is the original hot dog, and it's been through some stuff.
Is it really the original? It's regrown a bunch of times. Like,
Yeah,
is it
it's the
still,
original
Is it still the
from-
original if you replace all of it with a whole other hot dog?
It's
I
like
can
a
tell where I was
downline.
holding it. See, it's like you have perfect hot dog, and then you have like the grip where I constantly grab it and wave it around.
So the
Got
gra-
like wear and tear.
so the
Oh,
wear and tear
God.
doesn't regrow.
Well, it scars
No,
up.
no, it's just like compressed. It's a perfect hot dog, but it's just compressed
Except
from
it's
where I
got
grabbed
like,
it.
okay. So you always grip it from the same end. You know exactly which side. Do you ever let it go?
It is a handled hot dog. And I always tape one end so I know. I know where the OG is.
Okay, so you got a piece of like duct tape or something.
Yeah, just like a
You've-
little piece.
You've
of
wrapped
tape.
it. So you wrapped it with a little duct tape ring. It's like this is the part I grab.
Exactly. So I never lose the original bit. Well, the original bit from the vendor. I don't know where the original hot dog is.
She says
Probably snatched.
She says you did good in the arena until you threw a hot dog at my face like a jackass.
I mean, I don't really have any idea who you are, so, you know.
Well, then why did you throw a hot dog at my face?
Battle of the Bands, things happen. I mean, are you going to blame me for everything that happens to happen? Like, who hasn't been hit in the face with a hot
You know
dog or
what,
two?
I'm gonna blame someone who looks me right in the eyes and then chucks a hot dog at my face.
That was a cooked hot dog, especially for you.
I didn't
You looked a
order
little
this.
hungry. Yeah, you looked hungry. It was free. We aim to please.
Are you saying I could put on some weight?
I
You know,
mean,
it's incredibly rude.
I wouldn't recommend eating a lot of these hot dogs. It's more of like a novelty,
how they
kind of like a
work.
funnel cake.
I know how they work. You know,
You know how they
these
work.
Weird troll hot dogs.
Huh. I'm still trying to figure out how they figured to make these. I guess they're smarter than we give them credit for. And I'm gonna look
It's not
around.
like it's-
Tell me something
it's not-
dumb there's a gnome doing.
It's not like it's rocket science. I mean, it's basically like harvesting a crop. It grows back. You cut the finger off, it grows back.
Yeah, but where are you harvesting it? Out of character.
I mean, from a captive troll somewhere, I would assume.
But a gnome HP versus a troll? Like, think about it.
Maybe they have some kind of like patented gnome poison that they developed that's highly effective on trolls. So they slip in, and it's like a I'm trying to say.
Are you saying you want troll poison that the gnomes have developed
No,
for you?
it's like
I
a
feel
green
like
initiative.
that's
I mean,
pretty-
I'll
They're
give
like-
you gnome
sedative?
poison.
Yeah, it's like a sedative. They sedate the trolls. They harvest all the fingers, and before they even wake up, they've all grown back, and they're just like,
My
Is this
nose
like
got
simple
done.
Ricks?
What the fuck is even going on right now?
we're talking about how they harvest the fingers for the
I feel like there
dogs.
should be a manual for this. The ethics of troll harvesting in the modern gnome kingdom.
There's an entire book on
You
it.
know, it's probably in the Book of Laws.
It's at the
Oh,
Gnome
God.
College.
I mean, there's probably like explicit rules about how to harvest trolls in a ethical gnome way.
The gnomes don't strike me as ethical people, although I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
they
they
are.
have ethics, but maybe not the same ethics that.
They're
Normal
civilized. They
people
have
would have.
laws, and really, if anybody's the savage as we are. Just
I mean,
roll
Oh,
down
you
the
said it.
civilizations
I
like
didn't
a
I'm
have
a-
ship.
to.
I am a nomadic tribesman. I am very savage.
Gideon is a sentient meat
Sludge monster.
monster. He doesn't have ethics.
Like, I haven't seen the Venom movie, but I'm picturing Gideon as like the symbiote.
That is very, very close. Think more Carnage though, less Venom.
Oh, ooh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the second movie for that. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Woody Harrelson is Carnage is gonna be sweet.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
You're sitting in this bar with this mage lady who you've flung a hot dog at, you've cheered with. She pulls a monocle to her eye and looks at you. And she says, "You don't look like one person. What's up with that?"
I've been through some things. Quite a few things.
Oh, yeah? You want to talk about it?
No, I don't need therapy from a stranger at a bar. But good God, would I like a drink? Jesus.
She snaps her fingers, and a drink appears in your hand. Magically.
Holy shit. I don't think you're supposed to do that here.
I do whatever the fuck I want.
And I'm gonna shake it around. What is this?
It's a proper drink.
Okay, are you going to drink one too?
She snaps her fingers, and she's got one in her hand, too. Of course.
Cheers and drink some of whatever the fuck she just made.
She holds up her cup to clink it against yours.
All right, I guess we clink and we drink and
Clink and drink,
pray to
as
God
humans
you-
do.
As humans. What the fuck?
as definitely humans do.
Oh my God! I don't think there's. I have no I don't know. Discern. Oh God, I can't even discern realities. Oh, well, got no answers.
And as you take a drink, you feel woozy.
Yeah, I figured that.
And then you don't feel anything.
welp. It was nice knowing you, Pea Sprout.
That'd be the worst way to go.
I think there's a saying in fantasy role playing games, and it goes like this: "Don't split the party."
Well,
I thought it was don't take a straight drink from a stranger because it's probably poisoned.
eh,
Be either or.
okay.
Can I give Chris credit though? At least he was playing to what his character was trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, when everyone runs around diplomatic immunity, I can't do anything. So I could have just laid on the ground and made dust angels for a while.
Nah, this is more interesting.
Future.
To be fair, she wasn't going to poison you or knock you unconscious with the drink until you rolled a 6.
Oh yeah, well, I kind of figured it was coming. Like, that's the way the game goes.
Like, we're just gonna keep doing things, and we'll learn a little bit about the world, and then you'll roll poorly, and I'll inflict something on you to make
So
things happen.
he was just extending how long he got to role play before getting knocked out.
I mean, I kind of figured. I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna drink this. We'll see where it goes. It went exactly where I thought because I didn't wake up to death. So
You didn't
No.
wake to death. You wake up in what appears to be a stone room, and you are You are held in place by stone. Stone coming out of the ground, and then up, and then keeping your face still, and then your arms pinned to your sides. It's like a stone throne where you can't move because there's rocks on all sides. And she's sitting there drinking her drink, and she appears to be waving a hot dog around with a bit of tape on it.
not the hot dog. Ooh, I'm gonna use I am the law. This, please work. And I'm going to command her to release me. Oh my god, yes. Although I don't know if she's gonna listen.
Okay, when you give an NPC an order based on your divine authority,
They have three choices. They can comply, they can attack me, and I forget the third one. It's like one of the most useless things.
and what did you tell her exactly when you said this? When you said I am the law, or when you are the law? What did you say to her?
I said, by the power vested in me, release me and return my wiener.
She snaps her fingers, still sitting in her chair, and the stone entrapment slides
One
back
second.
into the ground.
I have to take a phone call. Sorry.
All right, how's the bird flying go?
Question: when I shapeshift, is one of my 4 arms now stone?
This is a fun question. Should it be one of your arms, or should it be one of your wings?
You don't get to fly. It's like I think because the way shapeshifting works is like the flavor it is, that mark that I always have is always near the same spot of the animal.
Right.
So I would assume it would be like a 1-to-1 conversion of like if it's an arm that's stone, one of my arms would be stone. Like
So as a griffin, you have 4 legs, and
Yes.
you have 2 wings.
yes,
So I think one of your legs is stone, and
okay.
it has the staff gripped in it still. It doesn't disappear into your person.
Because it's technically not being held by me. It's a stone. So I'm just beacon. It's like don't worry, we're FAA safe.
As you fly through
Fantastic.
the air, it lets off a pulsing light. It's like air traffic.
This is NAM traffic control. Can you state your service, Griffin? Nope.
So you do a couple laps, and then you end up. Where do you end up? Do you land in the city at a gate, on top of the inn?
That would be too flamboyant considering everybody saw us. I think we should go to the back entrance, shapeshift in the grass, and then we walk in through the back gate.
Excellent. As you approach the gate, the gnomes. Do you change back from a griffin to a human?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You shift back. You approach the gate. The gnomes say, "Papers, please."
Of course they do.
Oh, these jackasses.
These sons of bitches. They're really into papers.
Do you procure your papers for them?
Do we have them?
You tell me.
You all have like badges.
They're like
Yeah.
badges with lanyards.
I'll just flash mine and walk on in. Whatever.
I try to
You
do the
don't
same.
remember me, we were just battling in there 5 minutes.
Mr. Elf, could you please come back? Yours looks strange. It says pet.
I look at Wailing, and then I look, and I'm like, Pumpkin, they did it again. Just because we're so smoozy between the two of us, they called me a pet again.
I can't believe they did that. They do it all the time just because I say pet. They take it. I don't know what to say. I mean, common mistake. Well, we'll forgive you this time, though. It's okay. Come on,
You're
honey.
forgiving the gnome guard and just walking away.
Yeah.
I take your arm with my non-stone hand, and I kind of like hold on to it.
I think this is an excellent parlay opportunity, but I don't know who should roll it.
You should roll it, and I should assist, because if it's anything charisma, I have a -1.
So yeah, Waylon, roll parlay. Go ahead and roll help out, so in case you get a 6, I get to screw you. The gnome says, "Oh, don't worry. We'll escort you to the papers office to get this dealt with immediately."
Oh no, we've been there before.
Oh, I insist, kind sir. This happens all the time. We must get you the proper paperwork so that we do not run into this issue again. Proper
But don't you
training
need to
protocols
be-
must be undertaken.
But don't you need to guard the front gate? It looks like there's a huge line of people behind us, and you don't want someone who's, starting ruckus inside of the city to come back inside after something happens.
I'm actually about to come off shift, but I'll just stay a little later as 2 more gnome guards approach the gate.
What are the gnome guards' names?
Fine, let them escort us.
You haven't asked them what their names are.
Well, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Never land.
I kind of start panicking, and I look at Davril. I'm like, "Help! Help!" Because I'm assuming he's still with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Killian or Gideon.
Killian, help! Like I just kind of like,
Are you gonna ask Killian for help? He's gonna stab somebody.
this dumbass doesn't even know my name half the time. Like, I don't know that he's possessed by an evil spirit of a goop monster.
That's fair.
Uh.
I don't know what to do without going hobo.
What's the plan, guys? What's the plan? Looks like Gideon. decided to
I'm going to place my hand on the gnome guard
Ew.
and cast Charm Person.
Yeah, we kind of hear you, Jeff.
This is why I quit using this headset.
Just cuts out.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were talking to me and I tried to say something and it was completely dead. I could hear everybody, but for some reason the mic's not picking up, so I had to disconnect, reconnect, turn it off, turn it back on, and then it rebooted. So I don't know.
That's just a thing. I hate headsets with built-in mics because they're so unreliable sometimes.
Yeah, it's great in every aspect other than that one thing. And this is the second one that I've had. It's like a Corsair. Second one that I've had that does that.
Well, I was working. Work sent me this headset, and the first week, like, it kept cutting out, and I'm like, I can't constantly be having to fiddle this every time I'm like doing work stuff. So I grabbed my personal Yeti mic, and I became the best sounding person in the office.
That's the goal, right?
Beautiful,
Then
sweet
you can-
sounding audio.
Then you can flaunt it
resonating.
on everyone. You'd be like, man, my audio sounds good and yours sounds like garbage. Why don't you get that fixed?
Until the audio department, I had a meeting with them, and they've actually got like equalizers.
Well, we can't help that.
That's how good your audio was,
You
though.
only need
You
to
had
be
you
better
made
than
the whole
75%
department
of the
have to
people.
step it up.
Yeah.
They all had to improve because of your Yeti mic. Saying something.
So you want to cast Charm Person on this gnome who is insisting that he escort are not bear.
Yeah.
Excellent. Roll and use magic.
Use magic.
I really wish
I'm
you
gonna-
had turned them in.
I'm
I
gonna
thought you-
place my hand. What's up?
Go ahead.
Said I'm gonna place my hand on him as I let the magic channel from me into him, And
On
I'm
his
gonna be
shoulder or
like-
on his head.
on his shoulder.
You gotta reach,
Oh.
you
Be
gotta
like-
reach pretty far down.
I know. I crouch down. I crouch down a little bit as I do this, and I go, "Friend, we know our way."
His eyes glaze over. And what are the effects of Charm Person?
Charm person is
I'm assuming it's they just do the thing.
while casting the spell, or the person you touch while casting the spell counts you as a friend until they take damage or you prove otherwise.
Okay. It's like, oh, of course, friend. Of course. It's right down the road that way.
Probably, yeah.
He starts to like lean over as he's dazing a little bit, and he shakes himself up. It's like, yes, it's that away.
Excellent. Thank you, my good sir.
Thank you, friend.
Let's go, you two.
You're my best friend.
You're
Yeah, I pointed
adequate
at him and I said, "You're the best."
around.
He smiles, and he just stands there.
I have this
Well-
magic gem I would like you to look into.
Well, I hustle away as quickly as I can.
I'm trying to keep up because I'm still like holding a staff like on your arm, clotheslining people.
Where do y'all go?
Back. Well, I guess.
I cleared us the way. Lead the way, please.
You want to go
Back to the inn?
Brian?
Yeah, I mean, what does it look like? And obviously, I'm not going to keep walking there if police presence looks pretty bad. But like, if it looks like they've run after us and it's cleared out and we have a way, I'll just keep walking to the inn.
Yeah. As you clear this, you're coming from the back way into the city, and the inn was in a different direction. So you cut the corner on Main Street, look around. You see that you've been gone for like an hour or two, doing laps in the forest trying to clear the heat. And it appears that the elves have disappeared. The gnomes don't appear to be interested in the area either. I would say the elves, you don't know where they went. But Peace Sprout knows where he is at. No, he doesn't. Peace Sprout has your stone entrapment. Sinks back into the earth. She's sitting in a chair made of stone. Her legs crossed, sipping a drink. And she's released you from your stone bondage stuff. I don't know.
Are we going 50 Shades of Stone here? Like, what's going on?
She's into that hard stuff.
LOL.
She says, I've released you. You want to have a
Not my wiener.
real chat, dearie?
Lay it on me. I still don't even know who you are, so
Well, you were the
you're
one.
just the lady
You and
who I hit
you and your
the
wizard
wiener.
friend were the ones assaulting me while I was in the audience spectating the match. So I don't know who you are, but you have something against me, and that is unfortunate.
That is not the truth.
Oh,
I mean, it's one of those things. If your friend is in trouble, you try to help him out. I thought, you kind
So
of
this
look
is all-
wizard.
So you're saying your friend is the problem? I should be interrogating him instead.
Oh no, I'm trying to figure out who you are and why he would even want to shoot a fireball at you in the first place.
I'm
And
I'm
you're
what you would
rock
call
magic.
I'm what you would call a witch.
okay.
Obviously, you see the magic and the drinks and the ground coming up.
I kind of got that,
Are you
yes.
sure you seem a little slow.
God, she's so condescending.
What is with you and these women insulting people? Like, god damn.
Is it people or is it just you and Justin?
Yeah, that's true. It could be. It could be. So anyway, yes, I got your magic. I get you're a witch. That's great. I have a magic fucking hot dog. Tell me something I don't.
know, I just gave it back to you.
I'm gonna look at it. Is it like the same as the tape exactly where I left it?
You look at it. She's like, "Oh, be careful! I put a bomb in it." She snaps her fingers, and nothing happens.
Oh,
She
well,
says,
that's ridiculous.
Gotcha.
The hot dog doesn't detonate.
Not yet.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God.
Just
I
think
hope
if
my
it
hot dog-
detonated, what would happen?
Yeah, it'll be the end of the world, basically. Oh, at least they can.
Well, it sounds
really
like you are of no use to me. I guess I'll be going. You enjoy. This
Still haven't
game.
told me who you are.
I'm trying to remember her name,
Oh.
honestly.
Or why you were in the audience. Like, those would be two reasonable
Yeah, well,
questions.
you already know who she is. What is Flanagan's mom's name again?
Cinderella.
We never gave her a name.
Did we
Flanagan.
not? I have a name written down for her in my notes.
Cinderella.
It's not.
That's what I'm calling it. It's Cinderella if you can't find it.
It's not.
Sleeping Beauty.
Got like 18,
You know-
And more.
18 million notepads. It's like, is it Morgan? No,
I don't know.
this only says.
If we gave her a name, I don't fucking remember what it was.
It starts with an M. This one's
Miss Cinderella.
My name is of no or she tells you her name is what her name is, and I'll tell you what it is later when I figure it out in my notes.
Ah,
You
yes,
know
Cinderella.
her name.
That is a wonderful name.
Your name reminds me of this other name.
She says my name is what?
What?
My name is.
Who?
Oh
and,
my
She says
God.
I represent the Council of Wizards as the ambassador here. And
Wait, why are you even here? Don't you guys have like a treaty or some shit with the gnomes? Like, why would you even?
do you not listen to a word I say?
No.
I said I am the ambassador to the gnomes from Council of Wizards.
Circling all the way back to the
Yes.
hot dog. Why were you at the Battle of the
The
Hot
hot
Dogs?
dog. That's what you want to go back
The
to.
Battle of the Hot
Why,
Dogs.
what is it with you and your? What is it with you guys and hot dogs?
Some people just can't resist a 24-inch regrowing wiener.
Oh, it's easy. It's too easy.
Stop teeing us up for these easy swings, man.
I mean, I'm glad we recorded this. I'm sure nothing bad will ever come from us recording these and posting them online. What was your question again before we got into Wienerland?
Why were you at Battle of the Wieners?
Scoping out the competition, of course.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really? Really, Rock Lady? Why? Why do you care?
Why do I care? Because I want to win. Got places
To
to be,
win!
things to do. For the wish.
Oh, Jesus
And the
Christ.
screaming
You
child.
really trust these gnomes? I don't
Alright.
get it.
You don't get it?
I don't trust the
Then
gnomes.
why don't you want to? Why are you competing at all? Do you want to lose? Is that your goal? Are you an idiot?
Maybe. No. Maybe. No, I'm helping out a friend.
That's weird. Okay. Who's your friend?
We don't need to get into it. You see the armor and all this shit? You see Paladin, good. Which
Good.
I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard that there are places where they hang you guys. I don't know.
Is that canon in this world?
Apparently.
That's fair. All right. Well, you enjoy your stay, and I'll be seeing you. And thank you for the information. It'll be a lot easier to beat your team if you're not a part of it. And she gets up and walks through the stone wall, leaving you in a stone room.
Well, that's just stupid.
And it's 9:59.
Yeah, good stopping
This
time.
feels like a good stopping point.
Good, because I was thinking about potentially doing something that might kill myself. You remember the bag of never-ending hot dogs?
The bag of Trollwurst.
Yeah.
I've been telling all my board game friends about it, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
My wife is concerned after I tried to explain. I'm like, well, first I became a shapeshifter, and then there was mimics that were tubas, and then there was the troll worst, and then there's the bag of holding with the troll worst. And she's like, what is going on with you?
We're having adventures, although not getting anywhere really. See, imagine if it was like we had a rectangular sheet of paper where you had to get from one side to the other. We're just doing like circles in one spot.
We're in the same corner.
Well, when a simple like, look outside and what's going on happens, then all of a sudden my ex-wife shows up out of the blue, and then here's the Divergent.
Who
The
is
one person
unshootable with a
one person
crossbow
who
bolt?
to run out the door is the one person who wound up not going anywhere. In
I
the
just
end.
realized though, this makes things very, very difficult. If we have combat with those people, I can't do anything.
With the elves?
Yeah, I can't touch them.
This is true.
So maybe we shouldn't fight
Well,
them.
But that doesn't mean you can't help defend us.
Well, I'm stuck in a room right now with my own thoughts and a giant bag of troll worst ready to go. So
So Tuesday night.
it could be a very, very interesting thing because I have no idea how I could get out of a room.
to be
I could
fair,
pray to my God. What here is evil?
I don't know how you're going to get out of the room, and I don't know where the room is yet. So,
I mean, I have a pretty good plan. So in my inventory, I have a dead mimic and I have the bag of troll worst, right?
sure.
So if I could figure out a way to like use the bag of troll worst to make like the room fracture and explode, I could hide inside the other mimic and hopefully not get hurt, but I don't know how I would get out.
Do you have a crowbar? Jeff, you're muted.
Microphone died on him again. Oh,
Oh,
He's
I
just
heard it.
tapping it.
Okay.
Hey, there's Jeff.
That is
There's
a
a-
very convoluted plan.
Oh, we should do end of session questions, shouldn't we? Did anyone do their alignment?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mark XP. I know you did.
Hooray.
You cast magic on someone. That was a friend.
several
Task
times.
for others to significant and unplanned decisive action. I don't think I did the spurring this time.
I don't think you needed to.
There was no uneval menaces or unnatural menaces to eliminate. So no.
Were there not? I'm just.
Unless you count my ex-wife.
I'm
Oh,
asking
well,
if she's
okay.
an unnatural menace right now, canonically speaking.
I definitely resolved my bond with Loose Leaf.
What was your bond with Loose Leaf?
He's keeping an important secret from me. He's a bitch of an ex-wife.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna be like, he's a bitch, and I'm like, what? I make one horrible comeback to my wife, and I have to redo it. I get it. I'm a little bitch, but
That wasn't just a horrible comeback. That was like, ooh.
yeah, that was like in my head. I worded it. I'm like, oh, it's like it's not like a Cosby joke, and I'm like, "Bleh," and I'm like, oh fuck. I do apologize for that, and anybody who watched once again. Like, even thinking it through, it made it so much worse.
All 0 of my viewers are incredibly offended.
Someone at work's going to see this, and it's going to be like, what's this about? And I'm like,
The likelihood of them getting through this probably.
They're gonna see that there's like 50,000 of these videos that are 3 hours each, and be like, nope.
I don't know. I'm like one per video where I see that one thing where I'm like, ooh, why do they have me around? Oh, God.
Do you name the videos or are they just like whatever the upload thing is?
I name them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
It
rename
takes the
them.
time.
Have you never looked through the videos?
They have some pretty awful names, to be honest.
I was
Another
showing my
match?
mom
Question
the other
mark?
day.
I don't know what's going to happen in each episode, so I name them what I think might happen, and then I go back and rename them what actually happened.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because you're naming them beforehand. Oh god.
Another match? No. Didn't happen.
I have a very interesting conundrum here. So, my alignment
Yes.
has me wanting to deny mercy to a criminal or unbeliever. But I need to follow the laws, and you can't just go murdering unbelievers. So,
I mean,
I
what if
gotta
they're
find-
heretics?
I don't think so. Because apparently with diplomatic immunity, I can't shoot a crossbow bolt at somebody who's an elf who clearly does not believe the same thing I do.
You could totally do it, except the laws of Gnometown make it hard to do that.
I know. Being lawful good's impossible with this alignment. Like,
It really isn't.
I'm never
Like
going to get it.
you are actively succeeding at not breaking laws the past 2 sessions. I cannot say
It's
about
terrible.
anything before then.
Speedrun
I
record.
I mean,
If it was all an easy decision to just kill somebody, would you want to play it?
yes.
So pick a different class.
Yeah, you could just be a Gideon. And there's no choice. Kill. That's the
I
only
mean,
choice.
it's ridiculous though, with like how strong my character is, and then it's like, oh, I can't fight these people with spears, so I'm just gonna walk away.
And GM and Davril, one of my bonds says, I have showed Davril a secret right of the land. Since I have the crazy staff and I used its power and it turned my arm to stone, would that be showing a secret right?
What is a right?
Well,
I
it's
would
not a
say
wrong.
no.
Well,
I-
it's
this
obviously
is
not
what-
wrong.
If it's stone bending, we've already seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't seen stone bending where his whole arm turns to stone. And he was wielding a magical artifact while he did it, so
I was thinking no, but I wanted to just pitch it to see how you felt about it. Because
I feel like with the magical artifact casting it or like channeling it, you could get away with it.
I'd give it to Davril if my hand wasn't still stuck on it. Here, buddy. You know magic better than me.
Is that all the alignments or bonds?
I have a bond, possibly. Mine is Peace Sprout would be an excellent subject for a ballad if only they got into more adventures, so I'll just help them out with that. And I did rush out the door with him in hopes that he would accomplish something before it all went to hell. But
I feel like that's valid.
Yeah. Oh, I 100% agree.
You were like his wingman for a
Yeah.
moment.
yeah.
All the women characters in this universe are mean.
Well,
What do you have
killed
against
both of
women?
them.
What do you have against women, Sean?
Hold on. Was the princess mean before you decapitated her?
I
killed her twice.
resurrected her. I resurrected her.
Yes,
I
so
didn't
she got killed again.
What do you
I
have
wasn't
against women,
involved
Sean?
in the-
You willingly put them into these situations that get them killed.
All right, so hold on.
They're
Let's-
all red shirts.
Let's think about the women in my life. Why are all the women I play in the games mean?
Because secretly you want to be a mean woman.
That's it. You caught me.
What?
Want to be mean girl.
Mean Girls
Someone-
indeed.
Someone watched the Tina Fey 2004 movie Mean Girls a little too many times.
It is. I haven't seen it, but if I had, I would say it's in my top 5.
You never seen Mean Girls?
No.
It's
haven't.
actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I get it confused with Easy A. I don't know why. One is Lindsay Lohan. One of them
Because
is
they're both redheads. That's why.
Yeah.
You know which one I get it confused with? What's the one with Rob Schneider where they switch bodies?
Oh no.
That's what I always because it's got Rachel McAdams in both
Yep.
of them. Like the two are almost like
The hot
completely
chick.
fused in my the hot chick,
Completely forgot about that movie.
which is
Oh, I
also a
remember-
great movie.
I remember. Oh God, I remember watching that movie, just going, "What the fuck?"
For some reason, the scene that sticks out to me is when he's in the restroom and the blind guy's teaching him how to pee for the first time. And he's like, aim for something. Every time I use one of those like troughs with ice in it, and it's like, aim for the cigarette butt.
He's like, you want to target. It's like, no, don't shake it more than once. Then you're playing with it.
See, I like the pillow fight scene because she now has the strength of an grown adult male, and she is just flooring these girls with the pillow. Just kind of
So funny.
just swings and just takes them out completely
So funny.
Hmm.
Oh, God.
while wearing lingerie, I might add, as Rob Schneider.
Are we ready for more questions about the game, or do we want to talk about
Yes.
women's underwear more?
Hot chick. Could we say that I leapt into danger without a plan by stabbing the random strangers with a little thimble, like with a little
You were
needle?
like randomly poisoning people without a plan.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just saw an opportunity
Yes,
and
but
took
this
it.
is the only time you get to do this.
Could
This
we
is the
say
only
that I
time you get XP for murdering numerous people for no reason without rolling a dice.
Who said that they're murdered? They might come back as zombies or maybe mind-controlled
Haven't you
slime.
heard of the
Maybe-
Black Death, Sean?
Yeah, maybe their bodies will
So,
liquefy and they'll turn into
murdered.
like some kind of sedient ooze and start eating other people in the town. Like, who knows?
Like you say not murdered, but this sounds like some sort of like chemical warfare. Like you're committing war crimes in the streets.
Definitely
You
war
mean,
crimes.
like,
That's not
something-
even a doubt.
Something the evil wizard council might do?
Could we say that for my bond, I stole something from? We could say that I stole their free will by
Stole
poisoning
their
them.
life, their free will.
Yeah.
They're now
Okay, so 2
mindless
points.
trolls.
Got it.
Did we learn something new and important about the world before any more of y'all's bullshit?
I think we learned a lot more about Loose Leaf's background in this turn in
Well,
this
yeah.
session.
It was a
So we learned,
flashback episode.
yeah, we learned a lot about the elves and all that stuff.
We learned about the war chief hierarchy within the Arctic tribe.
Yes.
We learned about the Jimmy Buffett tribe
Yes.
that Waylon is a part of.
Yep.
Apparently, yeah.
Yep.
I guess
Margaritaville.
Parrot Head.
And they're all
tribe.
barred.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
A notable monster, or
Unless you call it my ex-wife. Sorry, that joke just keeps working. I'm sorry.
Like, does it
I mean,
count if
I
you
would-
run away? Does
was
overcome and run away?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. We ran away. Run away.
Only
Escape is
social
victory?
stigmas.
Did we
No, I wouldn't
loot
count.
a memorable treasure?
I got a
Gonna say-
staff.
gonna say no. Well, you know what?
Loot is very generous for how you acquired it, but you definitely took it. You definitely looted it.
Not like I can give it up if I tried.
You are stuck with it. At
How
least
heavy
it's
is my magic staff?
That's a good question. How do you have a staff on you now?
I have a spear.
How heavy is your spear?
How big is your spear, Justin?
Yeah, you tell me. Is
It
it as big
is
as
one
Peace
ring.
Sprout's hot dog?
24 inches. That's a 2-foot spear. So it's a crossbow bolt, is basically what you're saying.
It's a police baton. It's one weight. So now
a staff would be be the same.
I'm forced to carry it around with my rock arm. Does my rock arm
Just
Is
rock
my-
arm.
is my sweet rock hard ab arm like heavy as well? Do I have to account for that too?
I didn't even think about that, and I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
That would be a debility, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I've already made your arm useless and unable to relinquish the staff. Should I also add that it weighs twice as much as a normal arm, and also you have a debility with it?
Where did I put debility?
It's there's 5 of them. I forget what they are. Oh wait, I can tell you because I can selectively choose to use them on myself instead of damage. It is Aegis. Where is it? Bloody Aegis. Where are you?
Is it a global
Oh.
modifier?
Oops! Accidentally rolled it. Damn.
I'm gonna open your character sheet. That's Waylon.
Oh, there's 6 abilities. It does not tell me.
Okay,
which-
so you see where you see strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence.
Got it.
You see weak -1, shaky -1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These are abilities. What would we could, if you want to handle the ability functionally, we can handle it here, or we can say your arm is unusable and you can role play around it.
I would say dexterity. Shaky. I'm not as dexterous with my arm because it's a
Hit
rock
that
arm.
checkbox.
Rock.
There goes my bonus.
Yay!
Oh, that's cool. Is his arm like magic rock or real rock?
You haven't investigated his rock arm, so you don't know. Plus, you weren't there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about something that could be really bad.
I mean, do you want to share with the class?
Well, okay, we know that this lady that I was talking to, Cinderella, we know that she can manipulate shit like that.
Oh no.
It stands to reason that she could, manipulate somebody's arm if it's like.
I thought you were gonna go the route of like you can speak to stone and you were just gonna talk to my arm. But that's way worse.
No, I cannot talk to stone, thankfully.
That is a super valid concern that I hadn't thought of. Thank you for that, Chris. She's gonna
Shitty earthbenders.
She's gonna punch somebody in the face with your arm.
Man, I was so nice to her too. I did kind of want to fight her, to be totally honest. Like I thought about it.
You could have totally fought her.
1-on-1 in a trapped room, and I have the trump card. I could just kill us both with the endless supply of hot dogs.
That's true.
So
How did he die in a blaze of meaty glory?
So you now know who she is, who she represents, why she's here, and that she's in the tournament. How are you going to tell the party that? Are you going to tell the party that?
Well, I'm stuck in a room.
Yeah, so you need to figure that one out, don't you?
Oh, I told you my plan. Although
Hot dog
it
explosion.
could wind up in like a world-ending hot dog explosion.
Risks must be taken to advance the story.
True.
Oh god, this item is so dangerous. Like it's so dangerous.
And that is why having it in the hands of the lawful good paladin is such a good idea.
Oh,
He will hopefully
so like
weigh the pros and cons of destroying the world via hot dog.
I didn't even ask for this. That's the worst part.
I never asked for this.
It all came from. Oh, I have a
Why?
mimic. I could just push this body inside. And no, that's not what you get. You get a hot dog gun that has teeth that shred the hot dogs that come out of it, so they keep making more. Like it's
It's an incredible power.
a very interesting
So
thing.
y'all definitely don't level up because you're not in downtime, like you're
Yeah.
not in an inn.
I
How
wanted
many
to.
points did we get? Did we get 1 or 2?
How many what?
How many points?
You got 1 for did we learn something, and 1 for did we loot memorable treasure, and then whatever for your bonds and alignments.
Oh, I just need somebody to break a law in front of me, and I'll cut the little gnome in half.
Don't worry,
It's
I'm gonna have
already-
people breaking laws in front of you now. Although I'm curious if you think that this lady kidnapping you is breaking a law.
I mean, I feel like it was kind of consensual because she gave me the option to drink it. And I thought with like a 95% chance that there was something in it. So,
My first thought is, but this isn't Dungeons and Dragons. Aren't paladins immune to poisons and diseases? And wouldn't that be a poison? But this isn't
no.
this is Time War logic. So I'm not going to be like.
Well, I can tell you why that wouldn't be the case here because of the quest mechanic. I could have chosen that.
Ah, okay.
I think I chose blades and I forget what the other one was.
Lasers.
But yeah, I can't take physical damage, basically.
Like, if you say it's lasers, you are introducing lasers into the time war. The rest of the party will suffer, but you won't.
There could be lasers. Oh no. Remember, the entire quest is around things that will help me defeat this like hobbit man.
He is like a dwarf gnome thing.
I'm gonna call him whatever I want to call him.
Or didn't you call him like Stumpy?
Yeah, I did.
I gotta go.
All right. Oh, right.
See you later.
One more thing, Jeff, before you bounce. We're meeting up Friday or Saturday after the race. If you want to join us,
Yeah, sure.
I don't know where. I'm thinking it's Reformation because it's just convenient.
Convenient. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Cool. We'll message you.
Okay.
Will you be joining us as well, Scott?
Saturday.
Saturday evening, probably.
Oh, so why not?
Probably
And then we'll go run on Sunday still.
Yeah, that'll be great. I'll run after doing the Rugged Maniac. I'll actually 100% do it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that went really well. So I'm totally down for doing that every weekend again.
Excellent. We're gonna get my cardio back in shape.
I'll get it in some kind of shape because it's 0. So, although I was surprised I was not as bad sore as I thought I would be from 2 miles. So,
I was thinking I'd bring the kid on the bike instead of the stroller, and then we'll
Let
really
them
get a workout.
tag along.
I could bring both. That sounds scary. All right, that's all I got.
All right.
See you.
Right back.
Y'all take it easy.
Yep. Catch you later.
Anything I need to do for you, Chris, to get you here?
Well, I can either take an Uber unless you want to pick me up at midnight.
You should take an Uber.
So yeah, I'll take an
So
Uber.
when do you land?
I think like probably 11:45. It's usually quicker getting. Yeah. I mean, it'll be after 11:30 for sure. Because even if I get there before, the gate's not going to be clear. So